Well, Hamas has officially handed over the first 3 hostages under a ceasefire deal that halted fighting in Gaza.
While a ceasefire is largely holding in Gaza, Israel is intensifying attacks on the occupied West Bank.
The daily life for Palestinians on the ground the past 2 days and since the announcement of the ceasefire has been horror and devastation.
We are feeling relief as we see the end of the most brutal and sustained campaign of collective torture, mass killings and genocide in the modern era.
And the language that they used from the start was one of extermination.
אין חשמל, אין מזון, אין מים, אין דלק. הכל סגור. אנחנו נלחמים בחיות אדם ואנחנו נוהגים בהתאם.
Smite them all. Every man, woman, infant, child that's suckling at the breast.
And I will drop down enough explosives to scare God Almighty.
The complete and systemic destruction of a people.
Broken limbs and broken bodies in northern Gaza.
Systematic targeting of civilians, of journalists, of human rights workers.
Our colleague from Al Jazeera Arabic has just learned that his wife and other members of his family have been killed in an airstrike.
The attack resulted in the killing of Wael's wife, his daughter Sham, his son Mahmoud, his grandson Adam.
There's barely a hospital standing in Gaza, and that has been a directed attack by Israel. It represents one of the most astonishing examples of collective courage in the world, as tens of thousands of people from Gaza make their way back to the north to see their homes in rubble.
هذه ثاني مرة يدمروها. بقت فيها غرفة صالون مدمرينها. كله دمار دمار دمار. كله.
10 children. Where should I go with them in the tents? Where should I go with them on the streets?
بس بدي أنا لسه في أرض بلدي وفي وطني وفي موطني. في موطني حضني في موطني.
Zionism today is trying to fulfill the initial objective, which was to drive out the Palestinian Arabs and replace them with European Jews.
For years, people believed that the Palestinians were at fault, and now people can see the oppression that the Palestinians have been suffering for 77 years.
Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu has said that this war will resume at any time.
If we need to resume fighting, we will do that in new ways, and we will do it with great force.
Because this genocide that's taking place is the latest genocide in a series of genocides that's going back 7 decades.
Genocide is unacceptable. The ongoing Nakba needs to end. The Israeli state is a criminal, terror, fascist state that is corrupting our religion. And so we are here to say absolutely not.
Look what they're doing in the West Bank now. Look at what they're doing in Jenin, turning the West Bank to another Gaza. Again with impunity, again with international indifference, again with American complicity. This has to stop.
And it's critical that the international community still puts boycotts, sanctions and divestment pressure onto Israel so that Israel is forced, like South Africa was forced, to actually stop the apartheid, stop the oppression, and stop taking over the land from the Palestinian people.
We need to stand with our brothers and sisters in Palestine.